Hello, hello. Welcome to Watercolor Wednesday. This is a painting I did last week. And before I cut it off and seal it, I want to show you how I seal it. So this is Dorland's wax medium. It is wax. And I'm going to take a popsicle stick. And I like to condition this before I spread it on. This is how you preserve a watercolor. We're going to preserve this one, then we're going to cut it off. It is on a watercolor pad, 300 grams watercolor. And we painted this last week with basically two colors, just blue and yellow. And then when I have the dollop of wax on here, I'm just going to take and scrape and spread this all over the watercolor. This preserves it. It kind of actually waterproofs it a little bit as well. Doesn't change the color or anything. And then you're supposed to wait 24 hours and buff it. We're going to buff it straight away. Morton is going to be reading comments. If you have any questions, ask.
Spiritual Laura just got the #1 gift for a badge. I never thought it would.
Thank you. And I'm happy you're here. And last week, someone asked if this was for sale. They wanted to purchase it. They didn't purchase it. This one is for sale at $60. And it's an original watercolor that I have done. I'm going to be, after I seal it, I'm going to buff it and then cut it off. I love how it came out. I think it came out really, really pretty. So you saw the dollop that I put on, and I'm just kind of taking this and spreading it all over. And then I'll scrape that way. I'll scrape this way. And then I'll take this and scrape this back in to be used again. And close it up, set it to the side, and then I'm going to use a clean napkin or paper towel. You can really use anything. And I have used so much of this. They're not a sponsor. I found out about this stuff. I was going to put stuff of mine in a gallery. I did not do that. But I did learn one lovely thing, and that was a great way to seal a watercolor. So I'm just going to take a little bit of paper towel and just make little circular motions. And that buffs it. And I find that this part is easier to do while it's still on my block.
Thanks for the gifts, Deborah and Suzanne. Thanks for all the likes, everybody.
So tonight I was gonna do mosaic. I was gonna paint watercolor flowers to do for our next mosaic kit, but I'm not gonna do that because, like, if this painting was a mosaic kit, this would be super hard to do as a mosaic kit.
I can't remember the make of it.
It's Dorland's wax medium.
It's an antique. What is it? You call it antique? No,
It's
antique.
to preserve
archival,
it. Yes.
It's an archival.
Archival quality sealer for your watercolor. And I gotta say, I love like how this feels on. It feels lovely on. But now, like, if I spilled water on here, if I did anything like that, my painting would be fine.
Jess O'Meara says so pretty, and Lulu says it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Anybody that missed it, it's if you're interested, it's $60. It was a big dollop. Is that glue or is it the wax?
Oh, that's the wax. That is the wax. Thanks, Martin. I'll put it on here and wax it in.
Is that including shipping, the $60?
It does, as long as you're in the U.S. Yeah, she got first choice. She didn't want it for that price, but it's an original. I'm sorry. I'm not going to apologize for my pricing. I think it's a fair price. It wasn't meant to be. Okay, so here, right here is my space where I'm going to insert this. And this is a 300-gram block of watercolor paper. That's the weight of the watercolor paper. I love that little bird right there. It's so pretty. So I'm just going to take this around, and this saves you from taping your watercolor down. But because now I came here thinking I was going to paint flowers, and then I'm thinking about the flowers I was going to do for the mosaic kit. I'm not going to be doing that. So say your ideas. Tell me what you're thinking. What do you think would be fun to paint tonight? Is there something you want help painting? Give me some ideas. Throw them out there. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I won't. You never know. Never know. I'm gonna.
Gifts and Betty sent gifts. I'm not sure what they were.
Thank you. While you're thinking, I'm gonna open up my paints here. These are my Van Gogh paints that are super duper messy.
Suzanne's suggesting a green man. Beth
Oh.
said a bicycle.
Hey, I like both those things. Where the heck is my little spray bottle?
And
Honey, do you see it?
What
Can you
you
see it
lost?
from your side, my spray bottle? There it is.
yeah, it's
So the first thing we're gonna do, something Valentine-y.
a robin maybe.
I'm gonna spray these watercolors. This hydrates them, this brings them back to life.
Redwood forest.
Oh, you guys have some great ideas. Those are some really good ideas. So I'm gonna spray this on here. And I know people who will take a paper towel and wipe and clean all of this. And sometimes I like to just do paintings that I don't even dip my brush in the paint. I just like to dip my brush in the stuff that people would have wiped away. And
I'm not sure which one said it. At Suzanne, oh yeah, maybe a couple at a table in a park, said Lacey. Nothing is as it seems, says I want that painting. How do I contact you?
if you want this painting for $60, send me a private message and I will send you a link to do it.
Nothing is as it seems.
Yes, just send me a message and thank you. I'm going to use, I love this brush to use. It comes with a Van Gogh set. It's number 6. It's a round and it's awesome. I also love to use a dish that has ridges on it to hold your brush when you're painting so your brush doesn't roll off. And I also love to keep my dirty water. And I know it does freak a lot of people out. Sorry, but I love dirty water. Love it. And guess what? You can pour this in, and as long as you don't stir it, the water on top is clean. See that? So if I want clean water, I got it. And thanks everybody for following, being here. We were live all flipping day, basically, doing mosaics. My hand is aching, but we're going to be painting. So what was the first thing that was asked for? Green man?
Yeah, a green man or a bicycle.
Green man or bicycle? What were some of the other
It
things?
was a couple at a table, a bicycle by a river.
Something by a river?
It was a bicycle by a river.
Bicycle by a river.
Or a couple at a table.
Let's put a little river in. Let's go with a little river. And let's see what all we can get in.
The bird watercolor is for sale. Someone's just said they're interested in it.
Yeah, somebody message me if you're interested. I will respond to the first person first, and I'll let anybody else know. So here, I'm just taking blue, a couple of different little shades of blue. I'm going to leave some little patches of white here. We're going to make a little river bank.
Yeah,
We're just going to make a little river. What was it now, honey? A bicycle, a couple?
a couple, a bench, and a bicycle by the river, and a green man.
We're going to do all of those. We're going to do all of those. We're going to take a little green now. I'm going to let my blue on here. And I should show you this as I'm doing this. Look, I'm up here in this stuff that somebody might have thrown away. We're not gonna throw it away. We're gonna use it. The beautiful thing about watercolors, that color can come back. Now let's look at this. Let's make a little grassy bit right here.
Anthony's sending gifts.
Thanks, Anthony.
And,
Little more
says,
water.
That's why we love you, Priscilla.
A little more water right here. A little more grass right here.
Lacey says that's already beautiful.
Thank you.
Way too hard when I try painting or drawing.
And go loose. Yes, go loose. If you think way too hard, I'm inviting you to go get loose with it. Get loose with it. Now let's put some grass over here, because you need grass on both sides of the river. And I can take and scrub this and roll this and let me get my weirdo paints on here again with some green in it, but not really. Just get some up here.
Jess says hi.
Hi, Jess. I'm gonna leave that just like that for now. And I think what we're gonna do is this. I think we're gonna paint a park bench. Actually, let's start at the heads and come down. Let's start with our heads right here.
Watercolors.
Let's start with our heads.
Is that the Van Gogh set?
This is the Van Gogh set. Let's start with the heads.
It's a really nice set with a selection of half pans, and it comes with a brush.
Put some color on this shirt here. No, let's not use blue because we got blue. Let's go with some purple up in here. And let's go with a little yellowy purple color over here.
This is mesmerizing.
Thank you. Okay, they're going to be on a bench. And the bench, they're not going to be facing us. They're going to be looking away from us.
How was Morton's tuna and veggies?
Oh, delicious. Delicious meal.
Diane's sending TikToks.
I'm gonna, thank you. I'm gonna dab this. I'm gonna dab. Don't be afraid to dab your paintings. Lifting color off, some people call it. I call it dabbing. I'm gonna put some little low lights in there. Honey, I'm not gonna make you on the bench with me.
What do you mean?
I think it's gonna be me and my mom sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about my mom and missing her. I want to get some more water in. Get water in and get it moving around a little bit. dab that off. And the beautiful thing when you do something like this, like you can, you
Nothing
have,
as it seems says check your messages. I want the bird painting. Sorry.
thank you, thank you. You can have fun with this, right? You totally have fun with this. You want to give this little weird legs, give it little weird legs. I'm just getting its legs set right now.
Thanks for the likes and the gifts, everyone. I've been missing names that have been gifting. Sorry about that.
And I want this to set steady. And I don't think I want arms on this bench. But down here now, we're gonna need feet under the bench. So I'm gonna put, not details, not crazy details. I'm gonna have black shoes. My mom's gonna have brown shoes. I'm gonna dab. Dab. Dab, and then do the details. Then do our details. And this is going to be a lot of little layers happening. I'm just picturing this like an old bench. I'm going to put the rest of our clothes here. I'll put some clothing colors through there, but not just now. I don't need to do that just now. And then I want to take a light color here of grass. Put some grass in here. Don't be afraid to let some white spots. That just shows highlights. And I think I'm gonna make way back here in the distance. I think we're gonna be in Scotland. My mom came to visit us in Scotland, and it was amazing. We took her up into the mountains, and there was heather. It was gorgeous. I'm gonna put a little bit of red into that blue and see if I can't get a purple for us. You can mix your paints right on the paper too. You don't have to use a palette. I'm gonna rinse my brush just a little bit and then pull. Oh, I love that color. Yep, yep, yep. Now that reminds me of a heather field up there. What was the name of the mountain that we went up, honey?
The Pentlands, and there was the Pentlands, there was the...
I'm gonna put some more heather coming down in here.
Oh, it's terrible, my memory's gone. There's the Trossachs.
No, where we took my parents.
And that was in the Borders, and it's slipped my memory.
And then, because I want this to feel like a different color up there, I'm going to dab just a little bit. How are ya? Good evening. Watercolor Wednesday is in process. I'm just going to dab a little bit off. A little bit off. And then you can always add back.
Lammer Muirs. It was either the Lammer Muirs or the Eildons we went to.
Now I'm going to take a little green, because there's definitely green in those hills. Come up here a little bit higher. Kind of feel like we might be watching a sunset, I don't know. Maybe we're just watching a gray day happen. I'm gonna put a little bit of that green right there. Gonna put water on here, then a little bit of that green down here too. You don't gotta paint it all. Remember that. It's okay to leave some light spots. Then up here I put water on here, a little water on here. I'm gonna go back over this spot. Make that hill a little bit less perfect. There definitely are sheep up there. Definitely.
The ones that I took your mother through were the pent ones, the moorfoots and the lammermuirs.
Right.
My memory's getting worse the longer I've been away.
And I'm just kind of brushing this now. I want this to be a looking back in time picture. Now I'm going to take, because that color up there is probably dried enough that I can put some of my mom's outfit here. A bit of my mom's outfit there. Take a little bit of my color here. And then I'm going to dab quick. Boom, up. Boom. I wanted to lift a little bit of it, not too much of it. I think I might have a little paint on here.
Did you take the colours for the palette? Because you can only see the painting if you see what I'm...
Yeah, well, they kind of came from all over the place. I'm not like a now use whatever blue.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't know if it came for the half pan or if it, you know how sometimes you pick it up for the picture itself.
So here I'm going to take over here on the other side where the bank is. Let's go a little bit darker over here. I'm going to put some browns and blacks on here. And then over here we're going to put a little bit of earth feeling up here to make the edge of our river. Should we be looking at a castle? What should we be looking at? I have an idea for the foreground. I'm gonna put something up in there. I didn't want to give it just a straight line. Make some rocks come out in here. Just remember, this is totally your painting. Do whatever you want with it. Do whatever you want with it. This side, we're not going to see the black edge of the bank that we saw with that. Sheep, yeah. Okay, and someone had mentioned a bicycle. I think what I'm going to do is just paint a wheel here. Just going to paint the little edge of a wheel. But it's not going to be a bicycle.
Jody says it's relaxing to watch it.
Thank you. Only you and I know this. This isn't a bicycle wheel. It's the wheel of a wheelchair. Because when my mom came to visit us in Scotland, we got a wheelchair for her and we pushed her all over. And she loved it. Because she had really bad legs. So I started with brown. I'm going to go with black. I'm going to dab that just so fast. Boom. And then add just a little bit back. And then I'm going to put in some little spoke feels. But I don't want to I don't want to paint them all up. I'm going to put some shadow right here too. And do another dab. And down below here now, I'm going to put some darker shadow in. Because below the bench, definitely got a shadow. And I don't ever really talk about shadowing and shade and where's our light source coming from and all that. I want you to just give it a go. Give it a go. And all that other stuff, if you're interested, you will pick that up. 100%. You will pick that up. Okay. I want to put, well, let's go up to the sky while our grass is drying. Let's go to the sky. Are we sunsetting? Are we having just a pretty blue sky with white clouds? Let's do that.
I love it. Says
Let's do a pretty blue sky with white clouds. So we're going to leave some of our sky white. We are going to come in and put fluffy, fluffy clouds here and there and everywhere. And I like to make clouds feel like the further away they get, the smaller they get. I want us to feel like we're looking far, far out. You see how that, you make the bigger clouds feel like they're closer. And then your smaller clouds are in the distance. And you can do it any way you want to. This is how I like to do it. I like a day with clouds in the sky. And it's such a pretty color of blue. Then you can get in, you can really work your clouds. If you want to put in a lot of detail to them, you can come right below the cloud and you can darken the cloud up. There's a lot of cool things you can do. See, if you put the dark right below, your clouds stand out more. And then as we get further away, we're going to make these get further away. Little bitty clouds way back, way back there. So little, dinky little clouds. I love watching the sky. And then up here where I made it really darker, I'm going to come back in here because if I just did it in that one area, that would look weird. So I'm going to come back in and line the back of these. I'm going to take that blue right over to the edge. Right over to the edge of our painting. Painting skies is really, really fun. I highly recommend giving it a go. And just remember, like you're just having fun. Give yourself permission to just have fun. I'm going to put a little bit blue there, and then we're going to just taper that up here. Just taper that off up there. We put a little bit more under that one. Ever so gently going out in the back.
Beautiful, says pink. So
Just giving it a little bit of depth.
Z Medical.
Thank you.
Thanks for all the gifts. Oh, Tricky Chris is sending Rose.
Thanks, Tricky
And
Chris.
Melissa got the number 2 gifter badge, but it didn't show what it was.
And see, I'm just going to kind of feather this blue out. So I want the blue to be
Donna loves it.
not super predominant. And I'm going to take this one and just put some white over that or blue over that little bit of cloud and some blue over some of the other clouds.
You make it look easy, says Donna.
It is easy. Just start painting. every painting you will learn something. Every painting you'll have more fun.
Thanks, Melissa, for all the tapping.
And I'm taking this green, coming up here to the far away. Let's put some more green down in here by the sky too.
Thanks for all the likes, everybody.
Put some of the different greens in here. We're just kind of going back and forth. Thanks for the confetti. Somebody sent confetti, honey.
There it comes up now.
Thank you.
It's weird. Sometimes it's showing what it is, and other times it doesn't show.
So I'm going to put some greens in here. And I'm just going to kind of rough this up a little bit. Paint back on top of there where my green was really heavy. Instead of dabbing it, you can grab it. Dab it or grab it. You can kind of do both. I'm going to paint that green right over that purple. I like that. And just remember, the more you play around with this,
Snowflake.
Let me-
Thank you.
let me get in close. I'm hoping you can see this. Okay.
It's almost like you can read their minds. They're sitting together on the bench. I
Yes.
think that's Suzanne. It says.
They're just looking out.
It's
Who
beautiful,
knows?
said Foster.
Who knows what we're up to there? I usually always do stuff with Martin and I, but I've been thinking about my mom so much today. It's going to be me and my mom.
Aloha, Kahala.
Aloha. Okay, so someone had mentioned a green man. And I think what I'm going to do here is just paint a little, well, let me do this. Let me paint a little green man, just a little green man. You'll see what I'm going to put him on. Kind of want to get this feel up here. Touch that. And then here, I'm going to paint a little terracotta pot. Maybe. That's kind of red. I'll work around that. Start with a darker color of red. We're gonna make a green man planter. I'm gonna dab that. We'll have a really pretty planter here. I think we might put some, I don't know, maybe we'll put some Hales Castle roses in here or something. I'm gonna come in here with some yellowy orange.
You just got confetti for Tricky Chris.
Thanks, Tricky Chris.
Can I read that name? Somebody says you're so talented.
Thank you. I hope you're painting along with me. Let's put a bump here and a bump here.
You're so talented. Love watching you all from West Virginia.
Thank you.
Catherine says my ex-husband painted a picture of us like that, representing us in our old age. Didn't work out.
Okay, let's paint this room around here. Let's paint this room around here.
Kingdom Hearts. Thanks, Tricky Chris.
And dab.
Lacey is working,
Paint and
listening,
dab.
and watching.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Uh,
Thanks for the paper crane,
our
Chris.
exchange students moving in with you.
Nope, they're going to live here for a month.
Thanks for the roses.
On Saturday. On Saturday. They're Workaways. We host with a company called Workaway. It's amazing and fun. I'm going to let this sit for a minute, our little pot. We'll let the little pot sit here. What should we put in here, honey? What kind of plant?
You're always a fan of roses, or would you cry them, the fuchsias, but I don't know, it's autumn, so what would it be?
It's autumn.
Well, you said with the sky and the dark.
It's not
cloudy
autumn.
Weather. Well, it's not, I wouldn't have said it's a sort of spring day with a cloudy weather. Bracelets are tricky, Chris.
I'm just putting in
Says,
some
I love
dark.
you both, your sweet people, says tricky, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
You are so good making and painting dimensional.
Thank you.
Is the barn where you bring some of your stuff to sell open year round?
They're done now. My stuff's all gone. All gone. They're closed for the season now. When I make these lines darker, our clothing pops out more. I'm gonna just make that a little deep. The bench, I gave a little bit of curve to, thinking about how comfy it'll be. Now I'm gonna take, let's put some green here on the grass. Just
That looks amazing, says
leaving
Amy
some
Jo.
light. You want to leave some light, and I like to blend things together. I'm not going to touch that pot. That pot needs to dry. I'm just going to go in for a little bit of water, a little bit of green. And again, we're not going to touch that pot. And I don't want to make it so busy that you miss the stillness of this moment.
Suzanne reckons it does look like you.
I think it is. I think it's me and my mom. Now I'm going to kind of push up a little bit closer to the pot. Bring that up a little bit up in here. Take some of that and just put that over there. Highlights and lowlights in the grass. Layers and layers of color. Always fun to do. I'm going to dab down here.
You truly are gifted and talented, said Diana.
Oh, thank you. I like to have fun. And I'm not doing anything that anybody else can't do. And people do this way better than me, I promise you. I enjoy painting. I find it super relaxing. I'm just going to put some of this right here. Just kind of the continuity of the painting coming across here. A little bit of velvety green. Don't be afraid to do this too. Look, boom, right over our heads. Bumped us. Because if there's one thing I learned from living in Scotland, there's about 29,000 shades of green, isn't there, Martin?
Mm-hmm.
So much green. Oh, I just put a little bit of green on here, and I'm gonna make some little fields of we don't even know what they are. Little grasses, little weeds, whatever. Right up by the bank. I want you to see that there is definitely a water's edge here. So I'm going to go a little bit darker on some of them.
Nice, breezy time.
Thank you. The whole point of watercolor painting, I think, is to have fun and enjoy yourself. That's the whole idea. Every painting, seriously, just focus on relaxing. Don't stress. I'm not stressing about where light source is coming from, what's happening. I'm not. Don't do it. I'm going to mix up some darker green with a little bit of blue, and we're going to paint in the eyes of our green man. We're going to paint in his eyes. Going to paint in his nose. Going to paint in his mouth. Sometimes their tongues are sticking out. I'm not crazy about that look, but they're made up of leaves. So I'm gonna paint in a little mustache on this fella.
Veronica says it's coming out so good. How did you learn how to water paint?
Just picked up a brush and had at it. I'm just putting some little light details on here. Now, this is a green man. Green mans are protectors of nature, Morton says. And I love them. It's a Celtic thing. So if I come with some little darker paint right around the edge, it should help him feel like he's standing up a little bit off of here. Just a little darker paint. Make him look a little more 3D. Maybe he's painted right on this pot, who knows? Let's put a rim on this pot.
Green man is a symbol of rebirth and new growth.
There you go.
The paganism, the green man is a god who represents the wild and the relationship with nature, and symbolizes ecological movement and the need to reconnect.
I love them. Now I'm going to put some little feels around here because he's, this pot's sitting here.
He's also an ancient British.
Let's put some grass here. Let's put some grass in. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to do this. Look at these little dots. Look what they do.
Veronica sent
They do cool stuff for you. Don't be afraid of that. All right, we're going to put, how about we put a little topiary there?
Veronica, Fede says, I love the way you love Morton.
Let's put a little topiary in here because we don't want our green man to feel like he's not the star. He's the star of this show. Well, he's watching us. They're watching that. I'm going to put a little dark right there for his eyes. Oh, yeah. I like that. Put some more little dark right there.
I had no clue you came back on.
It's Watercolor Wednesday. And the topiary, I think the topiary is going to be...
It's a wheelchair wheel on the right-hand side, Suzanne.
Yeah, when my mom was in Scotland visiting, we had got a chair for her, and it made her life so easy.
They love the green man.
I'm glad. The green man's awesome. Okay, I'm going to put little handle feels here, though. I don't want to put so much detail. I just want it to feel like it's a terracotta pot and there's a green man on there. And this darker, I'm going to put just a little bit darker under here, under the bench. I might put a little bit more on her shoes. How are we doing on time, honey?
5:45.
Oh, we're good. We're golden. Okay.
Do you sell these or keep them?
All the paintings that I do are technically for sale. I don't know that anybody would want this one because it's me and my mom in her wheelchair. I don't know. But this size and kind of painting is $60. If you're interested, message me. when it's done. Wait till you see when it's done.
It's like you can see across the water for miles and miles. How in the world do you do that?
I made the clouds get further away. The clouds got further away.
If you're interested in the picture, you message Priscilla and she'll send you a link.
Yeah, there is only one. It's an original. But yeah.
And when it's dry, it will be treated with wax to
Yes.
protect it.
I'm going to come up here and the black, I'm just going to make these boards a bit more 3D feeling.
And the price includes the shipping anywhere in the States.
And I'm going to come back in here with a little dark and darken up the legs for the bench. And it has a little curve to the seat. They're the comfiest to sit on. And even though it's a painting, I want us to be comfy on the bench. Put a little bit more black in there. Do a little dabby. And my mom's hair is gray. I might put a little bit of white in her hair too. Do you see my gel pen there that's white? Is that up there? Should be up there.
I can only see the pink one unless it's over here.
It's okay. I'm gonna take this brush that has dark in it.
I didn't see if it's
And no, honey, it is okay. I'm gonna come up here and touch just some of these far away spots with a little of that. We're gonna let the white on the water. We are gonna let the white on the water. We gotta put a rose bush on here. My mom's favorite was yellow roses, but in Scotland, there's a castle that has the most beautiful pinky red rose. I'm gonna try to create this. So I'm gonna put some little color rose shapes here. Just dabbing them around. They look really dark purple now. We're gonna go with that first. And then we're gonna dab this. Gonna lift some of the paint back off. And then you know what I need to grab? When Martin comes back to read, I need to grab this. I need to grab something. I need to grab something. I have something that's gonna work amazing, awesome for this. Going for a little bit lighter color up in here, just to put some little lighter flavors. And we're building a topiary. We're building a little topiary here in the planter. Actually, I kind of like the purple. Purple is my favorite color. But my mom's favorite was yellow roses. She loved them. That's my window where I have the yellow rose for my mom, that my mom's ashes are in the heart. Because yellow roses were definitely her favorite. Definitely. I'm gonna put a little bit darker bits in here. We don't have to see any detail on what we're doing here. So you can just put some darker bits in. And it's okay that we can see through there, because that's how it would look in nature. You can see through things like that. I'm gonna take a little bit of green, But I'm gonna make the green light, a lighter green. I'm gonna do that with some yellow. Just some little yellow, lighter green. See, it doesn't look like anything that we've painted green with so far. I'm just gonna put some little dots in. Hey, honey.
Yeah.
In the craft area on that table, would you bring me one of the art crayons, the white one?
In the studio.
Nope, it's in the craft area under right by where we're doing the glass. It's like by the hydrangea tree. Ziggy, turn on craft.
Okay.
There, honey. I call these areas all something, and I think always like Martin knows this, but Martin doesn't know this. They're art crayons. They look like, oh, they look like a big old crayon, kinda. Yep, they're on the table. If you can't find them, it's okay. Painted a yellow rose bush years ago. Not sure if it's tight. Oh, you planted one. Oh, I love yellow roses. I need to plant more roses here. I have one rose that we planted that we got at the Biltmore house, but I want to plant more. Okay, I'm gonna do some more green. I'm gonna punch the green up just a little bit. And I'm just taking my tip. I'm not even painting this. I'm just taking my tip and turning it sort of every different direction and tapping this down. Different shapes. Can you see that? Hopefully you can. Thank you,
I
my
don't know
love.
if your
That's
white
them.
markers are up in the studio.
No,
I can
I
only
don't
see
need it.
black ones.
I'm good. I don't need it. Thank you. Okay, so here, now this green here that I have on here, I'm gonna rinse off, but I might take one little dab of it and go up here. Just a little dab. Way off in that distant mountain. I might put some down here too. How are we doing on time, my love?
5:50.
Okay, now we gotta be real brave. Are you ready to be real brave? Are ya, are ya, are ya? I'm gonna paint some little bits of, let me get a dark green on here, a nice dark green. And then we're gonna paint some little bits of grass up here. Everybody to be ready to be brave on our painting. And then I'm gonna go crazy with this. Because I think when you go crazy, that's when the fun happens. Go crazy. Oh, that's brushing some off. That looks good. Oh, that looks really good. I'm happy with that.
Who are the two people?
It's me and my mom in Scotland. Circa, what year did they come over?
2004.
Was it 4?
We came over here in 6.
Oh, well, I didn't have white hair then. I'm going to put some white hair in my mom.
Thanks, Lacey.
And this is my art crayons. I love them.
No, the wheels representing a wheelchair.
And I'm also going to put some little white flecks in this in here. And I'm going to do that just to give it a little bit of highlight and lift. And it kind of blends with the paint that's already there. I love it. Love it. And then I'm just going to tap it. Oh, I love that. It does, it lifts it to the foreground now.
Any other social media site you can think of, it's under the 1870 studio. Is where
Okay.
we'll be if TikTok's banned, Lisa.
I'm gonna take just a little of this. I don't want to go crazy. Just a little of this purple. And I'm just gonna go right up here.
This video here will be put up on YouTube
Yep,
after.
this will be on our YouTube channel forever and ever.
So if you're not already following us on YouTube, it's the same. It's the 1870 studio.
I'm gonna take a little bit of this pinky color and go back in here because sometimes,
Pink heather flowers.
yeah, the pink heather,
Purple.
pink and purple heather. And by putting a little bit of that, this watercolor is now mixed media.
Lisa says this
Can
is
you
so
see that?
wonderful. I think you should see it for yourself. Lisa's just subscribed on YouTube.
Thank you. Okay, that
well,
there.
Will you do lives from YouTube then?
Yep, we already do. Already doing them. There's tons of them up on YouTube. And they're fun. I'm going to take a little bit of that green. I'm going to put just a couple little green pops in here. Just a couple little green pops, not the whole way over.
Beautiful, 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 says Veronica.
Thank you. It's going to get even prettier. How are we going to make it prettier? We're going to use some pearlescent stuff.
We're at 5:50.
Okay, we got time to put some pearlescent stuff on. So I have these pearlescent paints.
Pink says beautiful.
They're pretty amazing. These.
Fine tech, those ones are, isn't it?
Yep. Fine Tex. I'm gonna spray. I'm gonna use a little bit of the purple. Well, I don't know. I like the velvety. I think I'm just gonna put it in my mom's hair. A little bit of silver. A little bit of silver in my mom's hair. I don't want to make this one pearlescent. I want it to feel velvety. Let's put, oh my gosh, there's one of those little, get out of here. You're not part of this. I'm just going to put a little bit of silver in her hair. And dab it. And I'm going to put a little bit of silver on her chair. Teeny tiny little bit, just for the whimsy. A little bit of whimsy.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to take...
Morton, don't want to bug, want to order complicated heart, can't remember password tips.
Password tips.
I'm not sure what you mean by password tips.
You don't
Pam.
have to, Pam, you don't have to put a password in to go order it.
Yeah, you just go to the 1870
website,
studio
yeah.
and there's a link.
And if there's a link, if you're talking about your PayPal password, just put you forgot password. My mom never even got to see this. You should not have to put in a password on our website, Pam.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah, there's something wrong.
Only
with
for
your-
PayPal. Only to pay on PayPal.
Oh yeah, if you've used the link to go to your PayPal, it's that'll be what it is, and then you'll have to say forgot password, because our stuff doesn't require any
Yeah.
links at all, password links.
Yeah. and thank you.
And make sure that you use the correct PayPal address. Have you updated your PayPal address? Or it will send it to the wrong place.
Yes, 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 yes. And we do other forms of payment too, if you don't use PayPal. I'm coming back and putting in some detail on this now. I get my bench a
Yeah,
little more definition.
I think what it is, Pink, I've had that when I've been checking links for Priscilla. My PayPal will ask me to log in, and that's why it's asking for a password. So as long as it's that. But the 1870 studio doesn't require a password. But if you go to the 1870 studio and then press PayPal, sometimes it asks me to log in, and that'll be what it is. But the thing with PayPal you've got to be really careful is that we've had stuff sent to wrong addresses because they weren't updated.
I'm gonna just paint this on here. And we have some highlights on our backs.
Yeah, Priscilla will get me to guinea pig links using my phone, and a lot of the times it'll just go straight to the PayPal, but sometimes if I've not been on the PayPal for quite a while, it'll ask me to log in.
I just went over some of my highlights with a little dark.
We ship overseas, but unfortunately it can be quite expensive.
Yes.
And we have to look it up first and then let you know what it would be, because it is expensive to ship overseas.
If you're interested in your overseas, just send me a message. We just charge exactly what the post office charges us. I think we're done, honey. I want to put in a little bit of, where's my, where is my pen? Oh, I'm going to use this one.
Things like paintings and that aren't super expensive, but when you start to ship packages, that's when it gets expensive to ship overseas. Even to Canada, it's a lot more expensive to ship.
Okay. I'm gonna take this and just put in a couple little.
Hi, sweet Lady Jew. That's a beautiful painting, says Sweet Lady Jew.
Thank you. Are you even writing, pen? That pen's being a weirdo. Let's try this one. Yes, you're being lovely.
Thanks for the rose, sweet Lady Jew. And thanks everyone for the likes. You're up at 17,000.
Wowza. I'm just gonna put some.
Nams Online says, Priscilla, my friend, loved the cardinal I bought from you. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad. So glad. Always happy to hear that. I like to put some little, I don't even know what to call them, little pen feels.
Jamie M6 says, love the painting. Hi from Wales.
Hey,
Hi there
in Wales.
We need to learn what hello and good evening in Welsh is.
That would be lovely. I'm going to put some little lines down here too. Little bits and bobs.
I don't even know what it is in Gaelic, right enough. That's terrible.
I think we're done. Do you think we're done?
Definitely. Other than your signature.
Honey, turn that bright light off. I'm looking at it through the phone.
That was funny, the lag before the light went
Looking
off.
through the phone.
That's so perfect, says Lacey. Beautiful, says. Okay.
Okay. Put that light back on and I'm going to sign this. And if you are doing paintings, please sign your work. Sign your work.
Beautiful.
Sign your work. Sign it.
Can't remember. Sine over cosine says just joined. What was the inspiration for this one?
People called out they wanted to see a river, they wanted to see two people on a bench, and they wanted to see a green man and a bicycle, which that's a wheel, but instead of a bicycle wheel, it could be that, but it was the wheel, the chair, or the wheel from my mom's wheelchair.
Catherine says they hate their signature. That's why some artists just initial their paintings because they don't like their signature.
Hey, I'm going to sign it. I've had people already come back to me at an art show and say, there's no signature on here. And a lot of times I would hide it into the stuff.
Hi there in Ireland.
Shamai.
Shamai.
Shamai. It's hello in Welsh. That's it. You have a nice signature. It doesn't matter what your signature looks like. Now this I want to say is dry enough that I could wax this now, but I'm going to wait to wax it. At the start of this, which this video replay will be up always on our YouTube channel, I showed you how I waxed this painting. And this painting we did last week with two colors, blue and yellow. We did that one last week, and this is this week's one. And if you didn't get to see it, if you're just jumping on, we're going to be jumping off. And I'll make a video tomorrow where I wax this and show you that. I'll make a TikTok, I should say. And I might, when it's all the way dry, I might add something else too. I don't know. I don't think so. I like it like it is. And I was going to add metallics up here, but I think the velvety heather fields are great. And looking at this, you know what? I was thinking this was rapidly moving water. These could be the clouds reflecting in the water, honey.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
These down here, what I thought was the fast water, could be our clouds.
Yeah,
reflecting.
You said that you're not attached to that if anyone's interested, aren't you?
Yeah, if anybody wants to buy it, absolutely, message me. I'm going to say good night for now, and let's thank our lovely, lovely comment reader, Martin. That's you.
Cheerio, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you for being here, and thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for all your gifts. Thanks for following us here, and hopefully on other places like our YouTube, etc. And everybody have a beautiful evening. Do something that makes you happy. Do something right now that makes you happy. Get creative.
Night.
You're going to love it and have fun. Have a beautiful evening, and bye for now.